My God, do I miss wrestling crowds. It's just not the same, is it, with 10% capacity, social distancing and virtual crowds in the Thunderdome with their virtual "this is awesome" chants and occasionally double checking to make sure no one's got their knob out on webcam. I'm talking about arenas full of fans baying for a wrestler's blood and popping the roof off the place whenever there's a turn, a return, or a championship change. I mean, I even kinda miss the what chant and that annoying NXT fan who wears an Everton shirt. That's how bad it's got. Look, fans will not be returning properly for quite some time. Thanks, ongoing global bastard, but we can dream of better days. And with that in mind, I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, and these are the 10 best WWE audience members. Number 10, shocked Undertaker guy. Ellis and Bay attended WrestleMania 30 hoping for a surprise. I mean, we all tuned into WrestleMania 30 hoping for a surprise, but just like Ellis and his t-shirt, we were hoping for a Daniel Bryan world title victory, not the ending of the streak. But nevertheless, and Bay became a meme in a quicker time than it took Brock Lesnar to end Taker's insane WrestleMania record. And don't forget, this was before WWE got a massive wide on, Kevin Dunn in particular, for constantly showing fan reactions, OTT as they are, for every single sodding kick out in a title match. Look, this is special, often imitated, never duplicated, because the reaction is as real as that loss felt. And also because we got this amazing role reversal access 2 years later. Number 9, Faith No More guy. A 90s wrestling crowd staple that kept himself present alongside the likes of the ECW Arena front row crew, Faith No More guy resembled the band's drummer Jim Martin more than Jim Martin at times. He found himself at the tapings on the Manhattan Center Monday Night Raw shows. He was at almost any New York-based event, and he attended countless WWE pay-per-views, including 2005's One Night Stand. He almost became kind of part of the furniture. Fans were always trying to spot him on the front row because, well, he always had awesome seats, and he seemed as into the company's bollocks as anyone else in attendance. Number 8, Angry Miz Girl. This is the gif that I think of whenever I think of pissed off WWE fans. I remember this moment like it was yesterday. The Miz cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on a vulnerable Randy Orton who just defeated my best friend Wade Barrett. Miz sending shockwaves through the company, and particularly annoying this 9-year-old fan. Her name was Kaylee, and she was invited back actually by WWE a month later to pick up the Slammy Award for WWE Universe Fan Reaction of the Year. She actually made nice with Miz, and there was some genuinely lovely backstage photos between the two. She is going to remain a meme forever though, so. Number 7, Ringside Charlie. Ringside Charlie was very nearly one of the select few allowed to attend WrestleMania 36 this year until WWE just decided to do without crowds entirely. He has attended every single WrestleMania ever. That is a hell of a streak to be broken this year. In fact, if you're bored during lockdown, here's a fun game you can play. We're all bored during lockdown. Go back through the show of shows and see if you can spot this guy in the crowd. Not only that, he's going to be back next year. He told Sports Illustrated he already got a refund on his plane ticket to Tampa, and he will be back next year, as we all will, mate. Oh God, what if we're not? Oh, I made myself sad again now. Number 6, Tie-Dye Guy. Tie-Dye Guy has been a regular at shows for decades and is often most visible because of his ostentatious look. And just in case you missed the, tan, the tie-dye shirt with sleeves cut off, revealing a set of pythons the Hulkster would be proud of, and, well, that hair, he sometimes brings a sign for himself, just in case, you weren't sure. And his resemblance to the Hulkster actually got him moved in 2017, mid-WWE show, when Hulk wasn't a thing in WWE. Hogan actually tweeted about the moment and said sorry, so I suppose at least someone got an apology out of all that, eh? Number 5. Brock Lesnar guy. This is how I'm going to react whenever a wrestler's theme hits once fans are back in attendance. It could be anyone. It could be Stephanie McMahon, and I'd still be popping my little tits off and singing along about welcome people to the queendom or whatever it is. Michael Corcoran, the guy behind Brock Lesnar guy, gained internet fame when he nailed Brock Lesnar's taunt when the Beast Incarnate returned, of course, in 2012. He's since been seen in his Affliction Clobber, is that what you want to call it, at AEW events and at the Performance Center with loads of photos of his on Instagram. And occasionally, he bumps into wrestlers at the airport. Look how happy The Miz is to see him here. Number 4. Sign Guy. ECW Sign Guy was a peculiar but potent presence back in the 90s. WWE's modern equivalent, Rick Ackberger, is a true gift to world wrestling entertainment. He clearly just has a blast when he's at shows. Just having a great time. He's kind of like the ringside equivalent of Simon Miller, isn't he? And with his red cap, blue shirt combo, it's difficult to miss him, especially with those prop comedy signs, which means that, you know, WWE's cameras just naturally gravitate towards him. Plus, we found his Twitter, and he's just a genuine guy who clearly just likes what he likes. As Simon is always saying, sincerity doesn't have to be scary. You can just enjoy things, you know. Although he probably didn't enjoy as much, Sign Guy this is, when Triple H yelled at him ringside. Poor guy. Probably didn't wash his face for a week after that. Number 3. Bowl Cut Kid. Bowl Cut Kid's lifestyle was aspirational, even if his haircut wasn't. And don't forget, that's coming from me. Consistently scoring himself sweet seats at the front of WCW and WWF shows during the 90s, you'd constantly see him screaming down the camera lens, which I suppose kind of conveyed the atmosphere at the time. He sort of disappeared into the wrestling wilderness, and then, a while back, he cropped up on Twitter with the name Charles Lyon, an epic name for an epic man with an epic haircut. Go and check it out at I Am Charles Lyon for some great photos from back in the day of him doing this. Rawr! Number 2. Vladimir. Another familiar face from the 90s, Vladimir still attends shows and conventions to this day and often gets fans asking him for photos because he was such a ringside regular from that era. He was always there at the Madison Square Garden shows and even extended his patronage to ECW for a bit. But there's a couple of photos I want to show you which both sums up his investment in the wrestlers and how much WWF ballsed up Shawn Michaels. Here he is congratulating HBK after his triumph at WrestleMania 12, and here he is supporting Psycho Sid when he dethroned the boy toy. Thankfully, WWE would never screw that up nowadays, would they? Number 1, the long-haired guy and his mum. If you tell me that you've watched a WWE pay-per-view over the last 5 years and not tried to spot these two, then you are a liar. These two are legends. I love these two. I want to hang out with these two, and all the internet sleuthing we can do tells us that they are mother and son combo, Alice and Simon. And how lovely is that? Just going with your mum to a load of wrestling events. My mum doesn't even think what I do right now is a proper job, and yet Simon gets to go and watch some amazing wrestling from WWE with his mum seemingly every month. He's always at the front row of WWE shows, takeovers, and AEW shows. And the best thing of all is they're not really asked about their internet fame. Granted, Simon went through a Big Lebowski phase a while back, but still, they just like hanging out and watching wrestling, and isn't that lovely? And I know, right now, wrestling and wrestling crowds just aren't the same, but only when these two are back will wrestling truly be back. So there you have it, the 10 best WWE audience members. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And look, I know it is crap at the moment, not just the lack of wrestling crowds, everything is crap, but keep your chin up. one day soon we will be back there doing the what chant, spilling beer on each other, and shouting ourselves bloody hoarse with wrestling. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from What Culture, and I'll see you soon.